Alright, sup, you fucking cucks. How's it going? Well, I am Captain Dragon Chains, and we are at it with more Monster Hunter Iceborne. Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And today is a very important day. I didn't realize how much today was going to mean to me. But something happened earlier today that I need to talk about. And it's important. That's for sure. Let me get all set up and we'll talk about what's going on. Alright, let me start at the top and we'll go from there. Oh, well, hold on just a moment. Sorry. Just give me 1 second, I'll be right back. Alright. Sorry about that. It is what it is. Okay. Alright. So, let me gather up my thoughts as I'm kind of fucking about. Let's see, the Gyros. Huh? They're gonna be Ornitor. What about the Gyros? Gyros. Okay. Alright, well, let me try to just start at the beginning. I recently have had an extremely time letting go of things that do not serve me anymore, as a lot of the stuff I hold around my neck on a necklace is very symbolic and holds a lot of weight. So, I've been dealing with a lot, and I really haven't let go of, just a lot of things, like the pain that I'd be carrying, and it's been awful. It's been really bad. And, like, yeah, all this stuff is just holding me down and making me sad. Haven't had a lot of good feelings lately. The hell? And overall, I've just been kind of putting myself down. Saying that I'm unworthy and other things, you know, just a lot of pain for me. And I've just been holding on to those things that hurt me because that's how I would survive. I couldn't get hurt if I was the only one, you know, telling myself no one can hurt me worse than me, right? And in a sense, that's kind of true. I am the one that hurt me the most. And so, yeah, like, it's not healthy to hold on to these things. But I haven't been able to let go because that old version of me kept me alive, oddly enough. There's just so much pain there. Not physically, but just a lot of unreasonable pain. Leaves me feeling very suicidal. Because that's the only thing that I can latch on to, is the hope that it might just end one day, and that there's technically something I can do about it. Right? All these feelings are horrible. I know this. They're not good. They do not serve me well. But I haven't been able to really focus on anything else except for my own suffering. So one day, after yoga, actually kind of during yoga, I kind of realized that, you know, I need to make a big change, something that I'm not, at the moment, like, at that current moment, I was not ready. You know, big changes in my life needed to come small, and I was doing small things for myself for sure, like getting myself flowers and other things that were good for me, just these small things, but I needed something big, right? Something that lets me know that I am making a big change for myself, something I can physically see. So what ended up happening was I had the thought that I should take off my necklace, as it carries a lot of emotional weight, and on top of that, I shaved my head. That same day, after yoga, went to work, shaved it all off. And yeah, so that was big. It was scary. I've shaved my head before, but it was with the purpose of, like, I used to have lice a couple times in Hawaii, which is kind of common and prevalent over there. And I would shave off my head to, like, get rid of the lice, but now I shaved my head because I'm making a huge turning point, and I needed a blank canvas for what I want to become. I've made a lot of changes within the last couple years within my sobriety, even just physically, having a different hairstyle. And now I have no hair, I have no jewelry, I have no necklaces on me, and these were the things that used to make me me. You know, it'd be a thing that everybody could see me on the outside, but nobody could ever see me on the inside. Like, they would always comment on my necklace and be like, oh, that's cool, look at all the things, because I would always add things to my necklace. As my life progressed, more and more things became important to me. My necklace even has a fucking heart on it, you know? It has a lot of significance in my life, and the thing is that although those are cool things, what I'm going through right now, currently, those things just do not serve me in this moment. And if anything, there was a lot of emotional weight tied to that necklace. And my hair, I guess. I don't know. I want to look nice, right? So I made the choice to, you know, just start over. And that's hard. That is really hard, especially for me. I've been carrying so much literal, figurative weight around my neck that it's really hard for me to see the better things in life. And honestly, I'd always tell myself that I'm not worthy of happiness or love, and it's not like those thoughts won't come up again, but here's what happened. And I'm gonna be completely and totally and utterly honest here, which is kind of a hard thing for me to do. I'm gonna be straight up. Today was a significant day. Because in the morning, I found that I needed to stop ignoring my needs. And I decided I need to work one less day. I'll be fine financially. I actually don't see a problem. It's more about not ignoring my actual needs as a human. Because for so long, it's never been about me and what I want. It's been about money and doing things for other people. I've never really looked inwards on the things that I want, the things that make me happy. I'm always looking for what's making somebody else happy, and my needs are secondary to theirs. But today I decided enough's enough. I can't have this fucked sleep schedule and continue to maintain any assembly of happiness. So that was the first thing that happened. The other thing that happened was I've been sober for about 2 years. And within that time, I have smoked weed occasionally, like once every 6 months. And also drank alcohol occasionally, you know, when I'm out with friends. Sometimes I would feel bad about it, other times it was fine. But this time was different. So, yes, I smoked some weed today. Just the tiniest amount. And I just kind of did it because, I need to let go of... Weed isn't exactly a bad thing. It's bad when it gets to a bad point and all I crave is, that next high. That's bad, for sure. But using it once in a while in moderation, there's nothing inherently bad about that. If anything, it kind of gives you a break. But today in specific, it taught me that there's something completely missing from me. And that, at its core, is the amount of dopamine that goes through my head. First off, a lot of things that I do are pretty good for me. I go to the gym, I eat healthily. The biggest thing that I'm dealing with is sleep. I have a really, really shitty sleep schedule. And that's because of my work. Which is why I need that day off. I would get home at 12 a.m., midnight, and I would have to be up, ready to go to work by at least 6 a.m., which means I'm getting up at least 5:30. So that's 5.5 hours of sleep if I'm doing it optimally. Problem with that is that there is no optimal way to do this. I do not get sleep when that happens. I get nervous, I feel like I don't have enough time. It's awful. It just fucks me every single time. And the thing about sleep is that without sleep, your brain doesn't really get any dopamine. It gets small amounts, enough to survive. But that was the thing, is now I'm just surviving? And it's been like this for a really long time, and this was not something that I thought I needed. I thought, I can just suffer a little while and it'll be fine. But if you look at the true words that I just said right there, I can just suffer a little. See, that's the thing. I don't really need to suffer anymore. And I need to make that choice, for me, to not suffer. And that was huge. The fact that I was even considering that I need something and that I need to actively do something about it, that's not something I would ever allow. Ever. It's completely brand new to me. And then, what happened shortly after, when I finally got around to smoking weed this morning, realizing that I do not have enough dopamine receptors. Literally, as I've gotten sober, my dopamine levels have been completely desensitized. So, it would receive a small amount of dopamine, but it wasn't recepting the actual amount of dopamine that my brain would get when I would go to the gym or eat some food. And I learned that I need to retrain my brain to accept the dopamine that would normally come naturally. And when I did get to smoke a little bit of weed, the dopamine hit so hard that it reminded me what happiness was like. It does suck a little bit that I had to find weed again to even just have a small chance at, having a little bit of happiness occur in my life. It sucks, and I wish it didn't have to be like that. And it's not like I'm gonna go back to smoking weed. If anything, I'm kind of glad I'm sober now, because I don't like the numb feeling that I get sometimes with weed, where it's like yes, it does make me feel good, but at the same time, like, it's my brain, like brain fog. Yeah, there we go, brain fog. So no, I'm not going back to weed, but just having it for a second, remembering what happiness was like, made me realize that the dopamine in my head is completely missing. I'm talking, there is practically nothing here. Which sucks. Oh, okay. It really does suck, because I didn't realize how much I was just, like, suffering. I already don't get good sleep, and on top of that I have a schedule that doesn't allow for good sleep. It was just horrible. All of it, just horrible. Absolutely horrible. I've never seen this before in the game, ever. That's crazy. Didn't even know that that was a thing. Anyway. So now that I have had that anchoring moment, realizing that I can be happy. Oh, let me talk more about being happy, right? Now, at first, it hit like a fucking truck. It wasn't exactly happiness that I was experiencing at first. I started crying, and this wasn't a normal cry. I've had some good cries recently, as I'm trying to heal myself. This was different. This was so much different. I was bawling my eyes out, and I could not stop it. And I didn't want it to stop. I don't think I've ever cried like that in my life. I was at work when it happened, and I forgot that I was at work. Just for a moment. That's how much I was crying. And I realized why I was crying, right? Because I'm finally able to let go and release all of the pain that I have been dealing with for so many years. Doesn't mean it's completely gone, but I gave myself a chance to just let go for a moment. That felt so good. Because for the first time in my life, in a long time, I was able to tell myself things like, I am here, I am alive. And I was asking myself, where have I been all of this time? I needed you. And that's when it went from sadness to happiness. And I was practically shouting at the top of my fucking lungs, I am alive! And just that small little hint of dopamine that I got from the weed made me realize that happiness does exist. This wasn't exactly the best way to get it, but I'm not exactly going for the next hit, you know? At first I was like, yeah, let me enjoy the day. It's not like I'm gonna, you know, smoke weed in the next 6 months. Right? And I was looking for that next hit already, but then I was talking to ChatGPT, and what it told me was that I need to, you know, respect my boundary. I got what I needed. I realized how low my dopamine was through weed, and now I have a goal of getting back there through smaller things and honestly a lot more sleep. There's no way that the Palamu went over here, right? Did it? Oh. I didn't even know that this was here. The fuck? Scalflight's got me fucking wildin'. Yeah, so today was a really significant day. Not only did I figure out what I need for myself, which is essentially just sleep, I set a boundary and I stuck to it. Instead of trying to make excuses on why I'm allowed to have another hit of weed, I really talked it through and I really realized that I don't need it. I want it, sure, yeah, I want to be high again. Of course I do. I've been missing dopamine in my life for so long. Yeah, of course I want the next high, but I also need to respect myself. If I can't set that boundary, then I'm probably gonna get addicted again. Well, I don't know if that's true, but either way, I needed to respect the things that I'm currently going through, which is healing. What the fuck? Scalflies? Come on. What the fuck? What? Where's the Scalflies? Okay. So honestly, that choice to not smoke weed again today, I only had like a couple hours of feeling good, but normally it lasts like all day since I haven't smoked weed in ages. But no, I decided to respect myself, and this actually does better for my healing. I don't have to rely on weed to get me happy. You know, happiness is inside me. It's there. I've seen it today. And it took a little while to remember, you know, how that felt. And it also took the influence of drugs. But it just made me realize what I actually need. And respecting myself, creating those boundaries and creating an environment where I can heal. Sir. Basically what I'm getting at is I felt happy. And if you've been watching this series at all, you know I've been talking about suicide. Those feelings probably still exist right now. But for once in my life, after 10 years, I felt what happiness was like again. I forgot that that even existed. Hell, I didn't even think that it was possible, really. But now I know what I need, what I can do about it, what's in my control, and how I can further serve myself to get to that point where I am happy. So yeah, it was a big day. My emotions are very strong, which is why my sadness felt really strong for a really long time. But my emotions go both ways. All my emotions are super strong. It doesn't matter what it is: anger, happiness, sadness. But when I felt happy for even just a second, I saw myself, and I saw myself shine so fucking hard. I just wanted to keep that as long as possible. There will be a day where I can feel that again. I really didn't believe it until now. Just kind of sucks that I had to use weed to find out what happiness was like again. But now I have a goal towards it. There could be a day where I could find that I could have the same level of happiness without weed. My brain just doesn't know how to receive dopamine. Perfect timing. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. Yeah, so at least I have the goal of being happy. Where before it was kind of just the goal of living. Seeing that the goal is achievable probably was the biggest motivation that I had. I do believe that this goal is achievable without the means of weed. Just a second. Okay. Yeah, it's been so fucking hard to live lately. And all of it really makes sense when I boiled it down to, you know, what do I receive with weed? Dopamine. Why have I felt so fucking shitty lately? No dopamine. And it all made sense. I think, in general, I haven't had even, like, the slightest hint of dopamine. Unless it's something special, like, there was a time about a month ago, I want to say, where, I was on a call with the firefighters, and we saved these, 3 kids, from, like, falling off a cliff, hanging on, pulling through their car. Because their car, they said that their car would slip every time that they were taking their foot off the brake. And, they almost rolled to their death. It wasn't actually that serious, but, you know, that was the call. And it felt good, because that was one of the few things where I was like, hey, I feel alive. No, and I feel good. It didn't quite feel like what I, had with the weed just now, a few moments ago. But it was a small step towards that happiness. It wasn't even really small, it was kind of big, actually. But now I know what I'm, looking for, and I need to be able to tell myself situations like that is happiness. It makes me feel good, and I need to recognize, what happiness even is. Because, in that moment, I knew I was having a good time, but I didn't realize that I was happy because of it. I was just like, well, this is a cool moment. If I can associate, even small things with happiness, my dopamine receptors might be more susceptible to, having more intake, basically. Like I said, my dopamine levels have been severely desensitized, meaning my brain doesn't even know how to receive the dopamine anymore. Dopamine might be flowing through my brain, but the receptors aren't contacting, making it impossible to actually receive the dopamine. And the dopamine just kind of gets lost. Which is not good. It's not good. It explains why I've been so sad. It explains actually everything that I've been going through lately. Just how low my dopamine receptors haven't been activating explains literally all of my problems. Other than the whole not having self-worth thing, or not feeling self-worth, I guess, but that also kind of is explained through the dopamine. Of course I don't feel fucking worthy. I feel like shit all the time. And I'm trying to make the best out of it, but it's hard to make the best out of it when your brain is literally deprived of something that literally makes you happy, chemically, So, I have a journey ahead of me, and I don't know how long it's gonna take, but seeing that glimpse of happiness come to fruition after years of not even remembering what that was like, oh yeah, I'm ready to let go of everything that has been holding me down. Literally and figuratively. That necklace, cool necklace, don't get me wrong. It shows my history. It has so much symbolic meaning to me. But it literally holds so much weight. And figuratively, there was no way I was going to be able to let go. Today, I was able to do that. I guess, in general, what I'm saying is I'm actually achieving some progress here. By God, I can have that moment of dopamine, and that was an anchor for something that I can look forward to again. Instead of always telling myself that that's not possible, just seeing it actively happen in front of my eyes. Telling myself that I love myself for the first time and actually meaning it, instead of this weird cringy feeling that I would get every time I would say it. These are huge. All of these things that I've been doing for myself are huge. I see myself differently now. I see everything differently now. I have such a better motivation than just trying to live and survive and trying to make the best of what I have. Now, I can look forward to something that I know is inside me. It just happens that it only comes out right now with weed. But it could happen. Oh, it could very well happen without the use of weed. I'm probably going to stop rambling now, as I've kind of said everything I need to say. But yeah, today was a really Really big day for me. I mean, fucking huge. Oh my god, I can't even describe really what that felt like. The moment where I broke down in tears of happiness and letting go, to immediately be brought with these overwhelming feelings of happiness. It was truly something special. And I know that tomorrow I might feel a little shitty, but it's okay. It's okay. I can move on now. I can also let go. Probably the most important part. I think that, yeah, that is the most important part, is letting go of all the things that are bringing me down. There's a lot. Oh. Yeah, hold on. It was also nice to get a little bit of rest today. Oh, you know what? One of the funniest parts was? After about, I want to say, 30 minutes of feeling good from the weed, what I wanted to do the most, because I get a little sporadic when I'm high, kind of can't keep my ADHD at bay. Sometimes I want to listen to music, sometimes I want to, like, to be honest, I don't really know. Maybe sometimes I just want to think about things. What I what I wanted to do the most was get on the treadmill and just run. My portable treadmill in my truck isn't exactly, you can kind of run on it. It barely goes fast enough for that. But I whipped out the treadmill and I just started running. I felt so good. And then I was like thinking, and I was like, man, isn't that strange? After getting happy for what seems like the first time in forever, the thing that I wanted to do to make myself happier was exercise. That was such a strange thought to me. It's like, yeah, I value this more than I value the weed. It was nice to know that what I wanted truly was to take care of myself. Yeah, that was interesting. Oh, there's a big ass skeleton right here. I kind of like that.
Daniel, yeah. Out for it. Yeah.
Imagine if they actually had to put fucking guts here that you could see. So ridiculous. Oh man. Great day. I also like that I'm not trying to convince myself anymore that I really didn't believe there was any amount of happiness that I could have. None at all, actually. It's like I thought it was impossible. My belief has completely changed, and it's only because I saw it. I saw exactly what it was like to be happy. That's something I really just forgot about. You know, hold on. I believe I'm gonna have a client here soon, so let me see if we need some, like, materials or some shit for, like, the next, upgrade. Alright, we needed the slog bone. I'm just gonna Google this again just to really make sure that I understand. And then the next one, we only need, like, some weird bullshit. Slog bone. Monster Hunter World, how to get slog bone. Participate in master rank quests and hunt specific large monsters, such as the Tigrex, Nargacuga, Barioth, Glavenus, Rathalos, Diablos, Lavasioth, and Odogaron. The rare reward from these hunts are not found in environmental bone piles. Shit. All of those are, like, so out of my range of, like, I can't even do any of those. God damn it. Especially with clients right now, so oof. Jeez. Is there anything that we could work towards? Oof. I know we have these, which are cool. Why does that one have a hammer? Because it can be made? Yes. That really doesn't... It's 308 compared to 308, but it also has a fire element to it as well, so it's actually kind of not bad. No, it has a sleep element. What? Okay. What do we need? A beak, plume, and a claw. A couple claws. Okay. Oh, and a regular plume, I guess. Would this be something... I mean, this is viable. That's for sure. This is just something that we could pretty much already have. A Banarb. Oh, Banbaro Greathorn. E. Those monster slog bones. That's just a cool ass fucking weapon. I don't care how you fucking put it. I will admit my ADHD is going crazy. Okay, give me a moment.
That one's ready to go up. I have the barcode on me now. For a game.
Which was it going? Wait, Garfield, you gonna talk me?
But who?
It's still not ready to scan it.
Okay, then on that one, we'll probably have to put it in vent. Where Vanta has his tile, we'll probably have to put it there just so you could, check it out, see what's going on with it.
Okay, where's that? Is it like next to the damages?
Yeah, basically where the damage is at, but I mean, if it's full, I would just leave it there, and then we'll just get back to it on Monday.
Copy that.
Alright, we're kind of busy for this last little hour that I'm here at work. Oh, I don't want to do fucking Viper Tobai Kadachi. Fuck that. I wonder if this is like the end, like this spot right here. I wonder if that's the end of upgrades in this game. I wonder if we're even getting close, honestly. It's kind of hard because I can't really do long quests right now. Let's see if we can't do something small. Or at least... Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Perfect. Man, even just being able to fucking relax today, man. Oh, what a difference. My life is so different. Even just for today. And trust me, I would not be this coherent if I was like still really fucking high. I wasn't even like super mega high. So most of the time when I was most of the time when I was like smoking weed, I'd get like ultra mega high. That time I only had That time I only had a little bit. And I mean it got me high. But definitely not high where I'm not like cognitive. No, I was pretty coherent the entire way through. I was still able to like do my job. That tells you pretty much all you need to know. Because last time I got high at my job, shit, I could barely even write fucking numbers on a paper. I like how they don't really die. They just kind of like dig into the ground. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, okay. Oh. Where am I? Is that where the Zora Magdaros guy? I don't think I've ever been here. Yes. You can just grind out advanced armor spheres? Fucking sick. Trying to find like a red pit or something. Oh, well. Either way, give me a moment. I'll be right back. All right. Well, we are getting close to the end of this session, so let's just finish out this quest and be on with it. What the fuck? Where am I going? I can't even get off! Get off! What the fuck? Alright, I'll be back. Alright. It is time. We had a short day, but we played a little bit. That's cool. But it is time to go. The day has ended. I'm about to leave here in a minute, so let us end the day. Alright, well. I think this is the first time I've ever said this on a video. I love myself. And I love you guys too. Alright, well, I'll see you guys around. Dragon Chains, out.